Good morning, this is Tate Bowden with Bowden Landscapes. We're here today giving an example of pruning crepe myrtles. When you prune crepe myrtles, there's two basic styles of crepe myrtles that you use. One would be pollarding, which we have an example of here, which we're fixing to show you. And a little bit later in the video, we'll show you an example of pencil pruning and how to go about that. There's several basic tools you're going to need when you want to prune crepe myrtles. Pollarding, in this case, all we need are going to be these pole snips right here. You can see they're extended. They're just like a pair of hand pruners, except they're on a long pole and you can reach high with them. And also, we've got pole snips. These right here, it's got a long pole on it. Got a snip right here. Got a snip right here, and you basically use a cable to pull the thing and cut the limb. Let's look up here at the top. We call this pollarding because, as you can see, this has been pruned over years to at the same spot. It's created this bulge, this knot right here. That is one old way of doing it. The point being, they grow on new wood, and it should help them to bloom a little better. So, and not to mention the aesthetics of it, they're just kind of scraggly like this, and we want to get them shaped in time for spring. So now we'll give you an example of how to do that. Okay, on the smaller limbs that are coming off, we're going to use our pole snips. They're a little more delicate, a little more precise, not really for cutting big material, but does really well on cutting the smaller, pinky finger size limbs. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off these smaller limbs right here that are going up through the canopy and stuff like that. We want to remove them. We want to remove any smaller ones that are going to go across the trunks and things like that. Just in general, it makes a sloppy appearance of the plant. We're going to go ahead and remove those first. Kind of snip off. All right, weren't many on this tree. Now we're going to move up here to the top and start pruning that. The larger diameter sticks we'll switch to our pole pruners. We want to take off all the ones around this knot to make it almost look like a fist on the end of an arm. Also, if you're looking for a set of these pruners, you can pick them up at any place that sells steel products. These are made by steel. I like to do this branch by branch instead of skipping around to everywhere. Get one branch completed and move on to the next. That way, it's a lot easier to keep from leaving things that you don't want. Alright, so on this branch, we're ready for our pole pruners. We're going to make these cuts as close to the knot as possible. And not get speared in the neck when you do it. Also, most of the smaller ones you can just run your pole pruner over, they'll just snap off. They're really tiny, matchstick size. Alright, so that's one example of how to pollard crepe myrtles. We're going to cut right now so you don't have to watch me do all of this, and we'll get it to where we have a finished product that we can show you. Alright, well now you can see this is an example of pollarding. All the limbs are removed up to the knots. All the small limbs from the bottom are removed, and you get these nice little knots and a nice little crown to the plant. I personally like pencil pruning better, but this is what a lot of people do as well. It's called pollarding, and that's your example. Okay, we're back. We're going to give an example of pencil pruning now. The reason they call it pencil pruning is everything that's smaller than a pencil we want to remove. And when we do remove it, at each joint where you can see where it's cut already, we want to leave a little Y. We want to leave 2 branches, leave 3 or 4 inches on those to create a little Y. A little taller in the middle, and we're going to create basically the profile of an ice cream cone with these crepe myrtles. So let me start on one branch, and then we'll cut out and we'll cut back and show you the finished product. So here we're going to remove all these small ones that are less than a pencil. Even the small ones, you don't even have to clip them, you can just break them out. Now, the 2 on the top part of the stem, right here above the cut from last year, we're going to shear those off like this. Where you have a nice Y. Can't really see it from that angle, but you'll have a nice Y right there, and each one of them will have a little fork on the end of it. Let's try this one. Cut back now, we'll cut back and show you the finished product. So I want to go over to why when we do pencil pruning, we do it the way we do. The reason we leave these 2 like this and leave it a little higher in the middle is so as it grows, it's going to branch from there, and then it'll branch from there. And what that'll do will make a nice shape for your canopy, you know, several years down the road. Because each year, these are going to put off 2 and you're going to prune it. These are going to put off 2 and you're going to prune it. And eventually, even without the leaves, you have a nice structure to your crepe myrtle. Okay, so here you see our finished crepe myrtle. Got a little bit taller in the top, not much, just a little bit, just to create a small dome. And then we've got our Ys cut everywhere, so it'll grow our structure like we explained.